Good evening. Here's the news at 9. First, the highlight. Lagos State Traffic Management Authority restates commitment to deliver efficient responses through agency's toll-free call center. Inspector General of Police receives rescued medical students in Abuja. And finds seen about 300,000 people in emergency shelter in Bangladesh following deadly floods. And in sport, Mark Lawrence champion Lando Norris defeats Belgian Max Verstappen at Dutch Grand Prix. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesoya. A general manager, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, Olalekan Bakare-Oki, has reinforced the agency's commitment to delivering swift and efficient responses to all inquiries and reports received through its toll-free call center. This assurance forms part of the new management's strategic approach to enhancing the efficiency of traffic management across Lagos State. Speaking during an operational meeting at LASMA headquarters in Oshodi, Bakare-Oki addressed zonal heads and field officers, emphasizing the critical importance of responsive communication with the motoring public. He stressed that every call received by the agency is treated with the highest level of urgency. The general manager also confirmed that since the toll-free call center's inauguration, the agency has received and addressed over 1,750 calls from the public, including feedback on the performance of LASMA officers at various traffic hotspots across the state. The Muslim community in Lagos is urged to take advantage of the state government amnesty extension to complete proper documentation of their building infrastructure. This call was made in a one-day sensitization program organized by the Mosque Documentary and Market of Convenience. The director, Lagos State Lands Bureau, Olawale Ojikutu, who addressed participants, highlighted the importance of obtaining a land title for mosques and other infrastructure within the Muslim community. Ojikutu outlined the necessary steps, including acquiring a survey plan, land information, and building approval.
Properties on land, whether for agriculture, for recreation, for industrial, for residential, or religious purpose, needs to be tied because we need to identify who owns what at all times. We must be able to say this is what belongs to Mr. A, this is what belongs to Mr. B. And as such, that is why we are advocating in Lagos State that all landowners must title their land.
Also speaking, agriculture expert Olayemi Ibrahim advocated urban farming and suggested that people can grow arable crops in their own compounds using sacks, buckets, and similar containers rather than needing large plots of land.
Little space in their premises, either a vacant land that can be developed, or space within the surroundings of the house, or rooftop, and so on. To plant crops that it's like vegetable crop or root crops like tomato, pepper, potato, and the rest. Vegetable crops like wedu, shortcut, and the rest. So it's a means of finding way out of the inflation.
Earlier, host of the occasion, Sania Dele, provided an overview of mosque documentation and the benefits of amnesty extension. He highlighted the positive impact of the amnesty period and commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his support in advancing these initiatives. A reporter, Toyi Badmos, reports that the event was supported by the Ibile League of Imams, various councils of chief imams and al-Faz, among other groups. Lagos State government has floated a new initiative that will advance its vision to create a resilient and sustainable approach towards realization of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Special advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on sustainable development goals, Aroluwa-Fini said the summit will bring fresh impetus to the state government's drive to strategically reposition Lagos towards advancing its vision of becoming a resilient and sustainable city. Fini said Lagos Sustainability Summit would also serve to call to action and the roadmap guiding the state government's effort to forge a prosperous, equitable and environmental sustainable city where citizens would have opportunity to succeed. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has received the 20 rescued medical students at the first headquarters in Abuja as it is expected to hand them over to their loved ones. The medical students from the University of Maiduguri and the University of Jos were traveling to Enugu State for the Federation Catholic Medical and Dental Students Annual Convention when they were kidnapped by bandits on August 15, 2024. The students were accompanied by their parents, guardians, a representative of the Benue State Governor, and the Vice Chancellor of 2 universities. Minister of Defense Mohammed Badaru has donated 20 million naira to victims of the recent flood in Jigawa State. Badaru made the donation while visiting the state governor, Umar Namadi, where he commiserated with the state government and families who lost their loved ones to the disaster. According to the minister, the disaster affected 148 communities in 14 local government areas. The minister who said the donation was a personal assistance to the victims to alleviate their sufferings, urged the governor and the flood victims to take natural disaster as an act of test from Almighty Allah and submit everything to Him. Governor Namadi, who commended the minister, added that emergency workers have been sent to affected communities to count the displaced and 11 temporary shelters opened, including schools. Enugu State Government has announced the commencement of paying pensions to local government retirees. Secretary to the State Government, Chidebere Unya, said 7,000 eligible pensioners have received their payment following a thorough biometric verification process. Unya noted that the verification exercise conducted by the Local Government Pensioners Biometric Verification Committee identified and eliminated 2,640 ghost and deceased persons who were still receiving payment. An Environ News Disaster Management Agency has reported that about 300,000 people are still in emergency shelters requiring aid as river waters in low-lying Bangladesh are receding after days of deadly floods. The heavy floods, which killed at least 18 people in Bangladesh, have added to the challenges of the new government that took charge this month after a mass student-led protest. Disaster Management Minister Farouk E. Azam said rescue teams, including joint forces of the Army, Air Force and Navy, are helping people that were forced from their homes and bringing aid to those who have lost everything. Azam noted that the government is working to restore communication in affected areas for easy distribution of food relief and also taking steps to stop the spread of contagious disease. Highways and rail lines were damaged between the capital Dhaka and the main port city of Chittagong, making access to badly flooded districts difficult and disrupting business activity. And in sports, McLaren's Lando Norris has stormed to victory at the Dutch Grand Prix, a superb drive concerning home favourite Max Verstappen to his first ever loss in the front of his Orange Army fans. The British driver claimed a second career checked flag after winning in Miami in May, closing Verstappen's lead over him in the World Championship to 70 points, with the Dutchman coming second. Despite raucous encouragement from a packed Zandvoort circuit, Verstappen could not extract enough from his Red Bull to compete with the recently upgraded McLaren that is beginning to look like the car to beat in Formula One. Just before we go, slow down with road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that Sonolu administration completed the Lekki Free Trade Zone jetty and a floating platform? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. So in the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The General Manager, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, Olalekan Bakare-Oki, has reinforced the agency's commitment to delivering swift and efficient responses to all inquiries and reports received through its toll-free call center. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbatokun, has received the 20 rescued medical students at the force headquarters in Abuja, as is expected to hand them over to their loved ones. We also told you that Disaster Management Agency has reported that about 300,000 people are still in emergency shelters requiring aid as river waters in low-lying Bangladesh are receding after days of deadly floods. And in sports, McLaren's Lando Norris has stormed to victory at the Dutch Grand Prix, a superb drive concerning home favourite Max Verstappen to his first ever loss in front of his Orange Army fans. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Sadiq Yusuf. I'm Sarah Adesoya. Thanks for listening and God bless you.